It's loading. Hello, I'm not sure if we're actually streaming live on YouTube because it says it's loading right now. Perfect. Okay, we're definitely here. I'm gonna turn off the volume so we don't have to hear ourselves twice. But hello, everyone. My name is Alicia. I am coming at you from the lovely city of Chicago, representing Care Not Cops at U Chicago. Do you want to introduce yourself, Essay?
For sure. I'm S.A. Smythe, coming at you from Tongvaland, Los Angeles, repping UCFTP, California Cops Off Campus, and the Divest Invest UCLA Faculty Collective.
Beautiful. We're both here because we've been working together at the Cops Off Campus Coalition, which is a coalition of 60 plus schools, which is absolutely bananas, all across Turtle Island. And we've been doing some really amazing work together and learning from one another and being committed to get cops off our campuses and cops off of our planet. Yeah, and without further ado, I guess, we'll go into playing this video because you don't have to just hear from Essay and I. You can hear from our great comrades from some of the schools that are part of our coalition. So I'm going to open it up now. We put together this great video where different campuses got to share why they're refusing and a little bit about what brings them to the work. So I'm going to share my screen slightly awkwardly, as every Zoom event has.
Going great.
Yeah, there we go. Let's see. I believe we're good to go. And yes, gonna mute myself and get to it.
We'll see you at the end.
We refuse any more public safety working groups with fallacious claims of addressing systemic racism and policing, while only serving to further delay and deny the inherent violence of policing that endangers lives on and off our campuses.
As a collective, every Friday we stand outside and ask students what safety looks like to them, and they say it looks like housing security, job security, more faculty and staff who look like them, more mental health services, and a cost of living adjustment for graduate student workers. It never looks like the police.
We refuse the extension of police power on our campus, especially during mental health crises. We refuse the idea that any version of policing is kind or is more community-centered. And we accept the idea that all policing is violent towards all.
We're refusing the whole idea of a neoliberal capitalist administration and board of trustees governing our university, because we know their goals will always be preservation of profit and exploitation over community wellness.
We stand in solidarity with organizers across the peninsula who continue to struggle for our collective liberation.
We invite you to join us in withholding your labor from the university to show them that we will settle for nothing less.
Members of Defund UIPD demand cops off campus because we believe investing in care, not cops, makes communities safer. We demand the reallocation of funds from UIPD into more resources for students, like housing, food, mental health, as well as a transformative justice center, because preventing crime happens when people are invested in.
Care Not Cops demands cops off campus because we know that money that is being used for policing could actually support students and communities of color by creating anti-oppressive, student and community-led, fully funded cultural centers and an ethnic studies department on our campus.
We are refusing to go to class and to school on this May Day because we want cops off campus and we want investment in resources for students, for faculty, for courses, and for mental health professionals. We want investment in our students. That's why we want cops off campus.
We at USC Abolition are refusing the University of Southern California's Community Advisory Board because it co-opts the momentum of abolition as a means to rehabilitate the tarnished public image of the university's Department of Public Safety. We refuse to accept reforms and demand abolition now.
And we demand cops off campus and the creation of radical, life-affirming institutions and places like People's Park.
Decriminalize UW demands cops off campus because now is the time to take unprecedented steps towards reimagining community safety in ways that actually address racial justice and that break with the long colonial history of the public university, the city of Seattle, and the state as forces of violence and appropriation against Native peoples.
Together, we refuse the meritocratic logic that Yale University invokes to justify its hoarding of wealth and resources.
We refuse the military armament of Yale's private police force in the name of our safety.
We refuse the fortified borders of the university that make New Haven unsafe for New Haveners.
The Abolition Committee of the Graduate Employee Organization at UMass Amherst demands cops off campus because we want to reimagine what safety looks like.
We are participating in the May 3rd Day of Refusal because we are refusing the exploitation of graduate student workers at UMass Amherst.
We're refusing the UMass Amherst Chancellor's half-hearted response to racial justice coalition demands.
We're refusing the over-resourcing of the UMass Amherst Police Department and the university's silence on this issue.
The Geo-Abolition Committee demands that UMass Amherst defund the UMPD and reallocate its $6 million budget toward community services.
We demand that UMass Amherst sever its ties with police unions and the prison industrial complex.
We're participating in the May 3rd Day of Refusal to stop all work because abolition must happen now.
Refusal also means just say no to task forces, no to reform, no to police.
We refuse continued police violence. We refuse that there are no alternatives.
We are refusing to work because Stanford continues to publicly issue platitudes about supporting racial justice while refusing to listen to the experiences and input of its own community members.
Policing cannot be reformed away.
We demand cops off campus.
And cops off Earth.
Starting here.
Starting today.
We are refusing work on May 3rd, which means no classes,
no DEI work,
no task forces,
no meetings,
no webinars,
and no policing graduate student workers and undergraduates who stand in solidarity.
UCSB FTP demands cops off campus.
Because we're anti-racist.
And that means that we believe in a world where all our students can be in a better, safe environment.
Where they can live, learn, and thrive.
Join us on May 3rd.
We demand cops off campus because we know that as long as we're relying on policing to surveil and suppress our neighbors, we can never build communities of care, love, mutual respect, and support that we actually need to create safety and wellness.
Defund UIPD at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign demands cops off campus and out of our communities, along with the redistribution of the over $8 million budget of UIPD. Because we understand that true safety is rooted in care, meeting the material needs of people, and eliminating any social, economic, political, and environmental barriers that are preventing us from truly thriving.
We demand the immediate disarmament of the Yale Police Department.
We demand that Yale implements a differential response system devoid of police officers.
We demand that Yale reinvest these funds in New Haven organizations that uplift Black and Brown communities.
We demand that the university makes these changes immediately.
USC Abolition demands cops off campus because we want to create abolitionist alternatives to the police and public safety in Los Angeles.
Abolish Stanford's demands have been clear from day one. First, we demand Stanford to stop its effective subsidization of a private police force. The Memorandum of Understanding that deputizes SUDPS officers must be terminated.
Police Free Penn demands that cops get out of mental health because Walter Wallace Jr. should be alive today. The enforcers of settler colonial genocide will not keep us safe.
Police Free Penn demands cops off campus and that Penn reinvests the exorbitant police budget into building community on and off campus in a horizontal fashion that recognizes community resilience and efficacy and ceases to criminalize Blackness, poverty, and other forms of marginality.
With a budget of $27 million, over 120 police officers, and the largest standing private police force in the state, we demand that Penn redirect funds from its police department into routinely understaffed and underfunded mental health services on campus and end the involvement of police in mental health services.
Abolition is not a compromise. Either you preserve the police or you oppose them.
Period.
Cops off campus.
Cops off campus.
I'm from UCLA's Cops Off Campus, and I'm joining my comrades to demand cops off campus and abolition now.
My name is Sarah Haley. From the homelands of the Tongva people, Los Angeles, I join the fight for cops off all campuses. Abolition now.
My name is C. Riley Snorton, faculty at the University of Chicago, and I support the fight for cops off campus and abolition now.
My name is Shauna Redmond. From this place on Tongva land, I announce my full and complete support for cops off campus and abolition everywhere.
From the Southern California Inland Empire and UC Riverside, I'm proud to be part of the fight to abolish police presence at all our campuses.
From UC Berkeley, I support abolition now.
From the University of Toronto, I support the fight for cops off campus and abolition now.
From Rutgers, New Brunswick, I join the fight for cops off every campus. Abolition now.
It was so cute. Alicia, comrade, we did it. Look at that. From coast to coast, all across Turtle Island, we are here to unite in these demands for cops off campus, Indigenous lands into Indigenous hands. I mean, we're out here. I'm super, super proud of us and really honored to be sitting with you today. Just like a collective breath, and without further ado, right? Because it's about refusal, it's about restoration, so we can gear up and get ready to throw down. Without further ado, there is another video. This video is an abolition reel coming to us from the folks over at UCLA Cops Off Campus, which also includes the Divest Invest UCLA Faculty Collective. It includes the fantastic No UCPD Coalition, who have really been leading the way on that campus statewide and across Turtle Island in terms of getting cops off campus, of course, but reallocating resources to students in need, to things like housing, mental health, and everything that we could do with the $21 million that UCLA UCPD receive. So that's our next video. Alicia?
What I wanted to seek out from therapy was to understand why I was feeling this way and ways I can tackle it. But after talking to her about my situation, she immediately decided that I will be involuntarily taken to the hospital. In less than 5 minutes, 3 UCPD officers showed up to my dorm. They knocked very loudly, and I didn't answer because I was afraid. They just barged in and decided to search me for weapons on my body. I was harshly interrogated about the ways that I've been feeling. I was crying the entire time because I didn't know what to expect. They decided that I'll be handcuffed and driven to the UCLA Medical Center. The UCPD officers made me feel like I was not a human with rights. I was instead like a criminal to them.
It's not just Cassandra. This isn't an isolated incident. This happens to students every day. To reach out for help when they feel like they need support in their mental health and then be criminalized for it and then be traumatized by police, handcuffed, that is the antithesis of campus safety.
Our goal is to defund, disarm, and abolish the police department on campus.
We are launching a campaign to decriminalize mental health on campuses and to divest UCPD from any mental health related incidents.
Campus safety does not mean increased policing. It doesn't mean surveillance. Campus safety means a campus where all students, including Black, Brown, Indigenous, students of color, formerly incarcerated students, system impacted students, feel genuinely safe and welcome on this campus. And police do not play a role in that.
Wow, we literally love to see it. The cinematography, the quality, that was so wonderful. Thank you so much. And actually, funnily enough, or I guess not funnily enough, we have a video from my campus who is also refusing UCPD, but this time the UCPD is the University of Chicago Police Department, all the way thousands of miles away in Chicago, because we know that cops off campus in California means cops off campus in Chicago, means cops off campus across Turtle Island, means cops off campus and cops off our planet, period. But yes, so I'm super excited to be sharing this video from Care Not Cops and the U Chicago campus community generally, folks on my campus. We asked 4 folks on my campus from across our campus community to share why they were refusing their labor, refusing class, and refusing policing on our campus today. And without further ado, I will just share this video. Sorry, I'm doing the sharing and the presenting,
Transitions, we're just gonna vamp and make it work. You got it.
Exactly. Okay, without further ado, now I will share the video. As the May 3rd day of refusal is rapidly approaching, Care Not Cops gathered videos from different members of our campus community describing why they are refusing labor, refusing class, and refusing policing on our campus at U Chicago, and why you should join them.
As a graduate student worker, I am withholding my labor on May 3rd because I will not stand for a university administration that exploits us while also upholding an oppressive police force that exacerbates racial inequalities and jeopardizes the safety of our communities.
I believe that now is the moment for our colleges, universities, cities, and states to reimagine public safety, to forego visions of safety that depend on carcerality, on punishment, and think about the various conditions that are required for meaningful safety. These are adequate housing, adequate jobs, the care, mental health care resources that we need.
I will not stand for a university that chooses to uphold a private police force that continues to oppress Chicago residents and exacerbate racial inequality far beyond the borders of campus, while also promoting a student culture where sleep is temporary, but GPA is forever, clearly disregarding the mental health of its student population.
I will not be working on May 3rd, as I stand with students, staff, organizers, and faculty members across the country and the world who believe in the promise of abolition. I encourage my colleagues, if you're not familiar, to take a couple minutes to read and learn about the demand to defund the UCPD. During Abolition May, there are so many resources out there. I invite you to engage with these ideas and to honor the life of the mind by imagining the many ways we can amplify safety for our students and our communities.
Work towards the future that we want to see starts with us. And that's why I'm asking my peers to join me on May 3rd and demand that the university divest from UCPD and invest in the communities they have gentrified for so many years, as well as provide adequate mental health resources for their students.
I'm proud to stand with Care Not Cops, and I call on faculty members and students to stand with us during this National Day of Refusal.
Abolition begins with us, the people. So I call on all graduate workers to join the picket line to demand that U Chicago divest from UCPD and reinvest in reparations, mental health wellness, living wages, and mutual aid efforts.
It's important to remember that the Day of Refusal is just the beginning to Abolition May, where we're going to be in the streets fighting to dismantle all violent systems across Turtle Island with the Coalition, and right here at the University of Chicago with Care Not Cops, U Chicago United, and so many more. So take that day, withhold your labor, use it to rest, be with your community, and imagine revolutionary loving futures, because in May, we're going to be throwing down, building those futures together. So go to bit.ly/UChiMay3 to stay connected. Cops Off Campus.
Cops Off Campus. You already know the vibes. You get the gist. Ya tú sabes. Okay. That was dope. Alicia and comrades at U Chicago, which I believe is one of, if not the largest private prison. That's a school to prison pipeline. That's for another video. One of the largest police forces, private police forces across Turtle Island. And the work that Care Not Cops are doing is really crucial, and students there, like my comrade Alicia, are really leading the way. So last but not least, in our little queue until we got something else coming up for you after, which we'll announce after this video, is UCR FTP, UC Riverside. Of course, FTP, you already know the acronym. It's Free the Police, no? Free the People, fuck the press. You can figure it out, right? One of these orders. We are here with the last video, a video of solidarity from UC Riverside's Cops Off Campus.
On behalf of the UCR chapter of Cops Off Campus,
the nationwide Cops Off Campus Coalition,
the growing Riverside Abolition Network,
Scholars for Social Justice, and the American Studies Association,
we're asking you to support the National May 3rd Day of Refusal.
This is a nationwide direct action that is part of a growing movement to transform campus and public safety and to abolish police violence, terror, and presence at our colleges and universities.
The May 3 Day of Refusal is a nationwide call to create a vision for education, community, and justice
that directly reflects the analysis and demands of ongoing global movements against anti-Black state violence and police killings.
We ask you to participate in the Day of Refusal with a spirit of peace, respect, and justice that honors Tyisha Miller, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Dante Wright, and the many others whose lives have been stolen by police violence.
The May 3rd Day of Refusal is exactly what you think.
A one-day commitment to withdraw our participation in business as usual at the university.
Your solidarity actions can include canceling or not attending classes,
calling in sick,
refusing to engage in any forms of university-based labor, including administrative tasks, email correspondence, and faculty meetings.
Organizing a statement to protect students, colleagues, and workers from institutional retaliation.
And finally, joining the May 3rd Day of Refusal socially distanced picket line.
We'll be gathering from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the corner of University and Canyon Crest right next to campus. We'll have free coffee, some food, a lot of community, and collective conversations about abolition. My name is Dylan Rodriguez, and I support the May 3 Day of Refusal.
My name is Donatella Galella, and I support the May 3rd Day of Refusal.
My name is Keith Miyake, and I support the May 3rd Day of Refusal.
My name is Ken Ehrlich, and I support the May 3rd Day of Refusal.
My name is Madison Brookshire, and I support the May 3 Day of Refusal.
My name is Nalo Hopkinson, on faculty in the Department of Creative Writing, and I support the May 3 Day of Refusal.
My name is Jean, and I support the May 3rd Day of Refusal.
I'm Professor Boris L. Nunley, and I enthusiastically support the May 3rd Day of Refusal.
My name is Jasmine Garcia, and I am in solidarity with the May 3rd Day of Refusal.
And my name is Fidel Chagoy, and I'm in solidarity with the May 3rd Day of Refusal as well.
My name is Sarita C., and I stand in solidarity with the May 3rd Day of Refusal.
And that is the last video that we have to share with folks, but we are excited to see the social media fire graphics, the energy that we've been seeing across campuses, and super excited that you were able to watch this video and join us. We hope that you are resting, recuperating, getting ready for a really exciting Abolition May with actions happening across Turtle Island. We invite you to join us at a dance party happening after this, hopefully some restorative, fun vibes. And the Twitch stream for that will be sent out on our socials in order to join us and listen to some really fire music. I We'll pass it over to Essay to talk about how you can get more info about the Cops Off Campus Coalition and about our demands and the work that we're doing and how to get plugged in. Do you want to take it away?
For sure, bestie. Yes. So listen, y'all already heard what it is. You're hearing what we're about. You're following us on Twitter at Cops Off Earth. You're following us on Instagram at Cops Off Earth. You're maybe also following at UCFTP on Twitter and Instagram, as well as, of course, the dozens and dozens of local campaigns. I think folks have mentioned in the video, right? This is a really historic moment. It is really big for us to be convening in this way with these united demands for cops off campus all across Turtle Island, off of the planet. And if you want to hear a little bit more about our movement, to learn how you can plug in, how you can join the fight and the struggle for cops off campus, you can go to www.copsoffcampuscoalition.com. If you go to www.copsoffcampuscoalition.com, you /calendar, you'll also be able to see the fantastic lineup of events that we have from today, including campuses like USC Reimagine Public Safety and the Abolition Alliance 3,000 miles away at Yale. Organizing today for Cops Off Campus all the way until May 25th, where we'll be taking to the streets in a really public way, joining all of the folks across various communities, honoring the life and protesting the police murder of George Floyd, as well as dozens and dozens and dozens over decades and decades of Black, Brown, Indigenous, and other people who have fallen to police violence, state-sanctioned murders. So that's it for now. We look forward to seeing you on the dance floor. As Alicia said, today is a day of refusal, refusing racist police illogics, the illogics, because they are not logical, of white supremacy and other forms of systemic oppression, but we also refuse to relinquish our joy. Right? We are here in the struggle, but there is joy in this. There is joy in imagining that another world is possible. So join us, and thank you for being here today.
Yes.